Welcome to day 11 of my perfectly imperfect, beautiful life. And remember, life means LYF, love yourself first. So, a part of loving ourselves first is decluttering. And I guess it can be synonymous with detoxing. And so, I am to define decluttering, it means to get rid of things we don't like, we don't want, or we don't need. And this can be an analogy for anywhere in our lives. And so when I think about decluttering, of course, the first thing that comes to mind for me is my home. And I think I have a pretty neat home, but I have pockets of places that I know I can purge. So like for instance, in my room, I have a divider in my room, but it's to cover up like this corner of miscellaneous stuff that I have. And so upon looking in the room or walking in the room, it looks neat, but that corner, like if you pull that divider, it needs some work. I could get rid of probably that whole corner if I would just go through it. But even in my cabinets, there's things I could get rid of. There's products that probably need to be thrown away. My grandfather used to always say, if you keep your car clean, it'll run well. And when he used to say that, I was like, that makes no sense, because what does that have to do with the engine? But I have found that to be true. And I remember him getting up every Saturday morning and he would clean the cars of the whole family. Whoever car was in the driveway, he'd clean it, because he said that was a part of the health of the car. And so, and I have kept to that, because he was like, keep that trunk clean, make sure you clean your glove compartments and even the engine. And again, that can be an analogy for our bodies and what goes on in our mind. And so what we need to know is, I know, and I haven't studied feng shui, however you say it, but I do know that the times that I do declutter, it heightens my health, it heightens my abundance, it heightens like financial abundance. It heightens my love of self and my love of those that are around me. It's holistically, it is extremely beneficial to keep our spaces decluttered wherever they are. Like I said, our homes, our cars, our offices, our computers, our emails, filing our particular paperwork. Again, because I know, like if I have a pile of laundry and it's more than usual, then that is definitely an analogy of what's going on in my life at that point, or what's going on in my mind. I know even when I declutter and when I clean really well, I get more energy. I want to do more. It increases my creative potential. I feel happier being around people. I feel happier by myself. I have also seen too, when I declutter and detox, I rest better as well. I feel like I don't just sleep, but I get good sleep. My mind is clear. So, but this is the thing. I don't try to do it all in one day. So if it's clean, I maintain the cleanness. That's my attempt. But if I feel like the clutter has gotten to be too much, I break it up over time. So for instance, like let's say that I decide my kitchen needs to be decluttered, right? And let's say that in this kitchen I have 10 cabinets, and this is including cabinets and drawers. I will literally divide that up into 10 days. And let's say that I decide I'm gonna clean this one cabinet, and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling good today, I'll go ahead and clean another one. Then I've just moved ahead an extra day. I feel like I've accomplished something by just cleaning the one, but if I do another, then I've gotten ahead. and this is the way that we have to think about when we're healing too. Again, using this as an analogy, it can't all be done in one day. Like some of us try to rush it, and it's too much. We have to take things one step at a time. Again, I do the same thing. Like if I'm cleaning out my closet, if there are like 4 different parts of my closet, I'll do this side one day, this side one day, and this side another day. Because I don't want to overwhelm myself. And again, if I end up cleaning the whole closet that day, then so be it. I've moved ahead. But I usually take things one step at a time, and I do the same thing when it comes to my own personal healing. So take the time to detox and declutter. When we do this with our own bodies, like when you detox, don't you feel so much more fluid? Don't you feel happier when you get up? Don't you feel like your body is just running like, I don't know, it just feels squeaky. It feels mobile. It feels progressive. You feel lighter. You feel happier around people. Maybe I've already said this, but you're like forgiving. You're not angry. You don't feel sad. Because I feel like certain foods just make us sad. Like when it just sits in us, that can do something. And again, that could be a whole nother discussion as well about what foods can do to us and how they can have an effect on our emotions. And then of course, when we're not eating certain things, how it can heighten our emotions. So I wanted to talk about decluttering specifically today because Saturdays, I know growing up, Saturdays was the day that we had to clean, and it wasn't just regular cleaning. That's when we did the deep cleaning. That's when we was washing baseboards and walls and mopping floors and doing all, that kind of cleaning. So let's think about that deep cleaning for our own lives. What's the plan for the rest of the month? What's the plan for the next 2 months? The plan for the next 3 months? How are we going to declutter and detox so that we can have the lives, the year, the day that we want to have? All right, this is day 11. Please stay tuned for day 12 to see what's in store. Again, thank you so much for following me on this journey. I don't take it for granted. And I'm learning so much even about myself during this process. I hope that you guys are getting something out of it too. Love you. Bye.